So, I was looking for something calm and relaxing today when I first started looking for a game to play to show you guys. And I think I got lucky with this one. In my sort of followed feed on itch.io, someone had rated this game, and I thought, that looks interesting. Let me go give that a little quick play. And it felt kind of like exactly what I was looking for. It's called Hollowspire. It's by Simex, and yeah, it's a clicker game. I like clicker games. I prefer the games where you end up not clicking because you've unlocked things that do the clicking for you. I like those kind of idle progression games. And I don't know if this one goes quite that far. It does have things that does do the work for you, but I don't know if clicking ever gets kind of ruled out as pointless. I haven't played that far into it, but we can give it a go. We can get out and show off some gameplay, and then a little bit of critique at the end. And then I heartily recommend you guys come and check it out because it's a very pretty game and it is actually quite calm and relaxing. And the link will be in the description. So let's run the game and jump in. Unity game, so we can maximize it out like so. And it's also on Steam in its wishlist state. So yeah, if you like the look of it, go and give it a go there. There is an option button that seems to be missing an S to me. Volume, full screen, and unpause rather than sort of close this menu or whatever or return, which I quite like. I don't know why I like that so much. Unpause because works as a pause button as well. Yeah. And then there's a credits page. Just shows that it's Matthias L. and Matthew Hoolier are apparently the devs, I guess. So yeah, we start the game by just clicking on a block to mine it down, and the moment we start, all of our menus appear. So in the top center, we have the amount of money that we have. We have to buy, unlocks through the money that we make, and we make money by completely clearing a block. And then once we clear the block, as long as there are blocks on the same level, you can't go down a level. So I can't dig any further down the side. I have to finish all of the top level to progress further. But I have $1 now. Then we have ores and things that we can dig out. You can see there's some blocks down there that have ores. I don't think we have any on the top level. And those are used to do crafting. We can talk about the crafting a bit later because it's got to do with the miners that we unlock. But for now, we just have the usual kind of upgrades. So do a bit more powerful when you click because it takes multiple clicks to destroy a block. And some of the blocks are tougher as we go further down. Auto attack means that we can, instead of clicking, if we just mouse over a block, it'll do the damage for us. Attack multiplier. Multiplier is damage done by a power click. So I'm not sure what the difference is between power click level and attack multiplier. I think they're both just damage boosts. And then click radius. When I've bought the first level, it didn't seem to do too much. But I think as you get to higher levels, you'll probably destroy more blocks by clicking per click. And then there's the miners, with little sort of automatic minions that run around and attack blocks. And then, as I said, there's crafting over here, where the various ores that you unlock allow you to build equipment for your miners to make them more effective. It's very cute. It's very cute. Let's jump in. Also, nice, calm, relaxing music in the background that I hope is coming through. So yeah, let's see what we can unlock. We can unlock a power click so we can destroy the blocks a little bit faster. It's now just 2 clicks instead of 3. As I said, they do get a bit tougher as you go further down. But this is quite fun. As you can hear, I am still a bit sick, so I'm trying to work between coughing fits. I think the illness is pretty much mostly gone, but my system's still in its cleanup state. Now we can unlock a miner. And I want to unlock one just to show what he looks like. And it's this little guy, and he runs around and he does some digging, and then he sort of pauses for a moment. Then he runs off and picks another block at random, and breaks it down. We can also boost our attack multiplier, break a few more blocks. And as you can see, we have more upgrades down here that boost our miners' damage. We can get more miners, but I'll just stay with one for the moment because I want to just look at the other things that are up there. Then we can relax a bit as we dig. As I click furiously. Let's do an auto attack and boost the power click a bit. So now it's doing it faster because if I mouse over it, it just breaks them down. That was a tough one. Oh, I'm starting to get some of that ore. I don't quite know what unlocks the upgrades. I think it might be this is the amount of ore that you have. So now I can build sandals. And if I craft a sandal, which needs 4 stone, I have 6 out of 4. So if I craft it, it goes through and cha-ching, and it appears. Now I can drop it somewhere on the map here, and it sits there, and now in theory this guy will run over and put it on. And it means he gets around a little bit faster, and he's happy with that. And I saw the most recent sort of release of this. This is a 1.2 version. The logic around how they pick things up and which minion gets it and whether or not the minions will ignore it if they already have one. All of that has apparently been improved. So I like the sound of that. I like the fact that this is an actively worked on game. That's good. Although, yeah, we'll talk about it in the critique afterwards, but the minion management might be a little bit smoother. I'm hoping to see it boosted in the next one. Let's boost our minions' effectiveness, because he can do a little bit more of the work for us, I would say. He is quite slow because of the pausing and the random selection of places to dig, so you know we can't quite rely on him just yet. I don't want a second miner just yet though. I don't know how much the miners affect performance. I did see some comments of people saying, "Oh, this didn't work terribly well on a lower level, platform machine that they were on." Let's build some more stuff. And give him a hat, and it boosts the rest. He feels safer apparently with a nice helmet. So I'll put that down for him. He was busy. Can we build a pick? I think we need 50 for the pick. Yeah. So we don't have enough for a pick just yet, but we'll work towards that for him. We can boost his rest state. Basically that little pause between finding a new place to go and dig. It doesn't seem terribly long at the moment. Maybe between pick hits as well. Maybe that's another thing. But anyway, this makes that better, so we'll boost that as well. I want to see the click radius get bigger. Oh, it almost got enough for the pick. There we go. We can craft a pick now. Because you gotta be careful about where you put the things down, because it's hey, he got his pick. He's speeding around like a little dynamo now. I don't know, the click radius doesn't seem to be doing much. Oh, what's this? Oh, just had done damage to it. I thought it was a new thing I had found there. I know I'm ignoring more miners and things like that, but it's oh, okay, we're starting to get to the metal ores and things like that. Yeah, I know I'm ignoring more miners and things, but I didn't want to overwhelm what's going on the screen too much, and I quite like the idea of just a single friendly little helpful miner that I can focus on and make better as I go on. Getting lots of the stone ore. I'm wondering if it still remains relevant when we get down to the sort of the lower ores. Do you still need stone to build things? Because you see now we have better mining boots. Okay, you do still need stone. No, you don't. It says we need 0. We need 1 metal. I don't know why there's 2 metal things listed there. That might be a bit of a bug. Let's craft. Or maybe that means the later metal. We'll put it here. You can drop it direct on them if you want a particular miner to pick it up, but I like the idea of watching them run over to pick it up. Pleases me. Oh, and a better mining helmet. And we have everything for it, so we can build that. And we can drag it over here. There's your helmet, mate. Oh. Gotta get him a new pick just now as well. The aiming's a little bit strange as well sometimes. Boost to miner speed. What do we need for this unlock? It doesn't tell you. I think what I'd like in terms of the sense of progression is the idea that the miners have the same skills as me, so my boosts would affect them rather than having their own separate skill tree. I don't know. It makes it feel less like it's you've kind of wasted the upgrade. You get that in a lot of these. Like you upgrade one set of things, and then eventually one of your upgrades means that all of those changes have become useless, and you're like, why? Why did I do that? So yeah. It would be nice if they were all the same kind of tree to work down. Obviously, that requires like balancing and things that you might not, as a developer, you might not want to be able to focus on. Why? It's weird that I stop being able to click on things sometimes. I don't know if that's a performance thing or not. Anyway, I think I've shown enough of it, actually. It's fairly obvious where the game goes from here. As you can see, there's a lot of levels to go through. I don't know if there's like storyline elements or anything like that that changes down towards the end. I'm sort of hoping there is, but it's also not really necessary in terms of how the game flow and the gameplay works. This is really just a game about relaxing and clicking on things. So that's all the gameplay I'm going to show. If you like the look of the game, come and give it a go. Link is in the description. And please like, comment, and subscribe, because that boosts engagement for me, and it boosts engagement for you, and that trains YouTube to show you the kind of videos that you like to see, because they're the ones that you engage with. And a well-trained YouTube algorithm is always a good thing. I'm just going to reload here, so it stops doing stuff in the background. If you're heading out because all you came for was the gameplay, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Otherwise, if you want to stick around, we'll very, very quickly go through the critique. The game sounds not bad. I'd have liked a bit more chunkiness behind the digging sounds and things like that. They're a little bit soft. Something just deeper, bassier would make it a bit more satisfying to do the digging. Obviously not necessary, but that just is a preference that pops into my head. That's something I would have liked. And quality of control designs, I would have liked the ability to just turn the music off and keep the rest of the game sounds. I think that's quite an important addition, because a lot of people get overwhelmed by the music, although that music is really nice and relaxing, so there's probably less of an issue with that one, but it is something to bear in mind. It adds some flexibility to the players. Artwork, very, very cute. I liked it a lot. I'm not that fond of the miner design particularly. I think something a little bit more cuter, a little bit more animated would be better. I know that's a bit harder, and as the game apparently is having some performance issues, maybe more sophisticated animations would add to the drain a little bit. But I don't really find them as compelling as I find the kind of the digging mode. So yeah, something to consider there. The miners might need a little bit of work. They are quite cute anyway, and I like the little bits of equipment that you get from them. Otherwise, yeah, the art is fantastic. I like the way the blocks break down, and it's very satisfying to dig through them. Um, the gameplay is pretty comfortable as it is in general. It's quite nice to click on the things to dig down, do all of that kind of stuff. Um, I didn't really have any issues with that. It was quite relaxing. Like I said, the sort of a bit more satisfaction in the digging sounds might make it a little bit more compelling to play. But otherwise, the gameplay is good. The gameplay is fun. I struggled a bit with the crafting and things like that, so a bit of tutorial around how all of that works might have been an idea. Just a little bit more guidance to the players about how the sort of mechanics work in certain places, but nothing too serious there. Yeah, maybe a bit more information in game about the game. I never like to see stuff on the itch.io sort of game page that isn't in the game as well. I think it's important to make sure that your game is as self-contained as possible. It doesn't need an itch.io page to be understood. And then just really along the immersion side, along the game lore and the game engine side, it might be worth thinking about what is going on here. I mean, why is there this big spire sticking up out of the ground? What is the story? Why can we dig this? How are we doing it? Where does it come from? Is this some kind of an alien setup or something? So kind of background explanation about the context might make this game just a little bit more interesting to step into, a little more compelling for people to play. Some kind of motivation for players to jump in and actually do the work here. That might be something worth considering. It's definitely not required, definitely not important, but it might help to take the game to the next level. Yeah, but I mean, aside from all of that, the game I think is fantastic. The sound is fantastic. The music's great. The art is very, very cute and very comfortable to play. And it's a satisfying game to slowly work through. So I do heartily recommend it. Come and give it some love. Come give the developers some love. And thank you for watching. And I hope to see you in the next video.